whole... That's one of those journal things. It doesn't even have anything in it.
Yeah, it does.
It's a note. It probably has your notes in it.
Yeah. Okay. We're doing the Smackdown rundown.
That's better. Alright, so Smackdown happened. We got our last TV show before Survivor Series on Sunday.
Home!
So we open up with Miz TV with all of the semi-finalists in the WWE Title Tournament.
Say what?
Miz is trying to run the show here, and no one will let him do it.
He got interrupted 5 times.
We had Kevin Owens interrupt him and tell him that, this isn't Miz TV, it's the Kevin Owens show, and after he wins the championship, he's going to show everybody.
I honestly would rather watch the Kevin Owens show.
I would too. Then he tries to bring someone else out, and instead he gets Del Rio. And
I honestly think the entire time he's trying to actually introduce Roman Reigns.
I think so. Then yeah, Del Rio and Colt are put over Mex America, and how Del Rio's going to be the World Heavyweight Mex America champion. He still doesn't.
I believe it.
He still doesn't sound like he gives a shit about this storyline.
I feel like he got a little bit more into it this time, because then he had the whole and it's okay though, because I mean we're still gonna need somebody to clean our pools.
Oh because Zeb was making fun of the fact that Kevin Owens is Canadian, and then he's like, and then Miz tries to bring somebody else out, and then Dean comes out, and Miz is like, Dean, this is my show. This is Miz. There's order here.
And he's like, they were about to fight. He's like, fight means rating.
He's like, Miz, but this is your show. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to restore order here. Like, trying to make sense of this.
Trying to help the system.
And then he runs down Owens, and he runs down Del Rio, and then Miz is like, yeah, and it could be like, oh, and then Roman Reigns comes down, and Roman Reigns is like, yeah, this is your show, and you sit there, you run your mouth until we shut it. And then Miz is all pissed off, and R-Truth comes out and does this.
And he's fired up.
Yeah, he
R-Truth is ready
to
go.
This whole, he's so set to go to Survivor Series. He's ready to run through all the competition and win the championship.
He knows he's the underdog, but he's been the underdog his whole life.
And he's going to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship until they let him know that he wasn't even in the tournament.
It's been going on for 2 weeks already.
And then he realizes, well, they sent me out here. You know what? This is my bad. My bad. He takes off. I
can't wait for one of these times when he comes out, he cuts a promo, and he's like, oh wait, am I not in the thing? But then he ends up actually being in the thing.
And then he ends up winning.
Then he gets really excited because he's actually in the thing.
But then, Miz finally gets his, and he's like, he tries to get things in order, and he's like freaking out, and Roman Reigns goes, Miz, you need to calm down. This is your show. Like,
calm down.
You're the director. Isn't there a word that they have in Hollywood? Like, what is that word? It's like action? And Miz is like, no, that's not how they say it. In Hollywood, they say, and action. Dean Ambrose knocks him the fuck out. Del Rio and Owens take their leave, and Ambrose and Reigns just start laughing for a little bit. We come back from commercial.
Miz is pouty.
Miz is pouty. Miz has
a Miz girl face on.
And he's rubbing his jaw from where Dean punched him. He says, you know what?
Yeah.
After that whole thing, I'm not even going to have my match. I was supposed to have a match now. I'm going to cancel it because I am from Hollywood. I can do that. I'm the Miz and I'm awesome. But instead, Cesaro comes out. Miz is like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do the match. And then he
there's already a referee in the ring, though.
Yeah,
so it's like moot point at this point.
Yeah, ref's telling him, you have to do the match. And Miz is like, no, I'm not going to do it. He attacks Cesaro from behind.
Bing, bing, bing.
But it doesn't take Cesaro long to gain control again and do a tilt-a-whirl into a crossface and make the Miz tap out.
Yeah. That was impressive.
That was a really cool...
That was a Cesaro.
Yeah, because Cesaro. And as Cesaro is making his leave, he's heading back up the ramp, he gets met up at the top by the Cosmic Wasteland.
So this plays into my idea of who I think is going to be in the Survivor Series match.
Yeah.
Even though it's unannounced. But I think it's...
So are they not going to announce it until Survivor Series?
Maybe. I don't know.
It's going to make predictions real weird this week.
Yeah.
Considering as of right now, there's only 5 matches set. So, anyway, yeah, so the Cosmic Wasteland kind of like eyed Cesaro for a bit, but then they end up just like passing him by. There's no altercation whatsoever, and Cesaro's like, what is going on?
But they have other things to deal with because they're about to go against Neville and the Dudley Boyz.
Yeah, in a pretty entertaining 6-man tag match. I mean, the Dudleys and the Ascension have been, it's something we've seen a couple different times. Yeah. And it's usually, the Dudleys, kicking ass, taking names. But the Ascension and Stardust actually got a good chance.
Well, when they have Stardust,
they actually get to do shit.
He's the perfect, third cog in the machine.
Yeah.
And then the Ascension can actually do damage to main roster wrestlers.
Yeah, we had Neville and Stardust.
Some Stardust.
There you go. Sprinkle a little Stardust on them, and they get some talent for a second. On the main roster. They're great on NXT.
Yeah, they're fucking fantastic on NXT.
Yeah.
Watch the midweek wrap-up.
Yeah, Stardust and Neville started off, and Neville's got the advantage, and he does a little crisscross thing where as he's coming back towards the Cosmic Wasteland's corner, Connor actually sits on the second rope, and as Neville's trying to bounce off the ropes, he gets flung out and takes a sick bump on the outside.
He literally does the whisper in the wind to the floor.
And it's really fast, and it looked like it really hurt.
Probably didn't feel good.
Connor looks pretty proud of himself after doing it, though.
Yeah, he did.
That was good. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, great match between these two teams. Neville ends up, at the end, Bubba's got the hot tag. Him and Devon end up doing the what's up to Victor, I believe, and they go for tables, but that ends up getting stopped when Stardust hits Bubba with a disaster kick. Neville gets in, actually takes out Stardust, and then actually gets tossed out and takes out Connor, leaving Victor alone to get hit with a 3D, and Neville and the Dudley Boyz pick up the win.
A really short 3D, a little slide.
He was real close to the ground by the time Bubba grabbed his head.
Yeah, and like we said, nobody ever kicks out of the 3D.
Nope, except for 2 people.
Not in WWE.
No one in WWE has ever kicked out. It was one person in TNA and one person in ECW. That is it.
Put in the comments below if you know who it is.
Yeah, trivia time. Do it.
You'll get a point for each one if you get them both right.
Good job. We have Tyler Breeze. He's getting ready to take on Zack Ryder. He lets Zack Ryder know that his fashion style is
1980 never.
And that's he thought that was
proud of that
he
one.
thought that was real clever.
So there's one little thing in here that I liked about how he talked about how Zack Ryder reminded him of Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
I like the way they played into this because of the fact that, on Twitter and whatnot, Dolph Ziggler and Zack Ryder are really buddy-buddy.
Yeah. Well, they're really good friends.
And they had that whole,
outside
a couple years ago, they had a whole petition they were trying to get Zack Ryder versus Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania.
Right.
And they had a whole big thing, and they made stickers and all sorts of stuff. And so he's picking one of Ziggler's buddies to beat up.
Yeah. And Tyler says that, I'm Prince Pretty and I never go out of style. And unlike Dolph Ziggler, who throughout his entire career always comes up short.
Oh, that's a penis joke.
Baby dick joke. And then Tyler Breeze is slightly distracted through most of his match because Dolph Ziggler does come down and he's hanging out in the VIP area.
And he does not like the drinks.
No, he's
dumping them out.
Summer's yelling at him. He's dumping. He's the big green cup he ended up dumping, but then he's got the red one he keeps sipping out of and everything.
That one's a diet drink.
Yeah, is that why he liked it more?
Well, it's not that he liked it more. It's just he knew he couldn't drink the other one because he's got to watch his figure.
Oh, his girlish figure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fucking Ziggler probably can't even fucking eat a candy bar. Like, one fun-sized candy bar will ruin his diet.
All of a sudden, all of his abs just explode.
No, it's just one of those things. Is like, I bet like he sits there like, whenever he's going to the store, like buy his whey protein and all that shit. He like stops and he's just like, he's going by like the whole fat milk and he's drooling. Like,
he walks by the Snickers and a single tear runs down his cheek. Anyway, Tyler Breeze picks up a pretty quick victory over Zack Ryder with the Unprettier.
Yeah, but gets the Uggo device.
It's already got the perfect name.
I know.
Anyway, Ziggler like immediately attacks.
I call it the Shatter Machine.
That's taken.
Oh.
Ziggler immediately attacks Tyler Breeze afterwards. Tyler actually ducks out of the ring, and he's about to get away, and then he turns around, and Dolph Ziggler came up behind him and gives him a super kick right in the face.
Yeah.
So
he tried to unpretty the unprettier.
From what it looks like, we're probably going to get a one-on-one match between the two of them at Survivor Series. It was never actually confirmed on Smackdown.
Yes. It was not.
Yes, it was not.
You are correct. It was not. But
thank you. I know it was not. We just watched Smackdown. According to Wikipedia, it's going to happen.
Well, I'm fairly certain it's been confirmed on WWE.com by now.
Oh. Well, if it has, you'll see that in our prediction video. Then we have the Wyatt sending a last message to the Brothers of Destruction, letting them know who's going to be facing them at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
And Bray Wyatt makes it pretty apparent that it's going to be him going into battle, but the question is who's going to be joining him. Kind of runs through each of the members of the Wyatt family, you know, putting them over, talking about who they are, and eventually we find out that it will be Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman. So this motherfucker already got 2 points heading into Survivor Series.
From the prediction video that you haven't seen yet.
Coming up next, you'll find that out because we were really hoping they weren't going to spoil it on SmackDown, but they did. But that's okay. You've got the upper hand going into Survivor Series. So then we actually. The cool thing about this
whole means every one of us gets 1 point.
Yes, because we all picked Braun Strowman.
But I got
spoiler alert. But you
one
picked
extra.
Yeah, you picked Bray Wyatt.
So I'm going in with 2 points already.
The cool thing about this.
Boom.
The cool thing about this segment is they came out with the Druids and they all had the sheet masks on, and they stood out at ringside and
And then a gong and then lightning and fire and fog and stuff and no lights except for on the ring. And Undertaker's music plays.
And I actually thought we were going to get Undertaker and Kane like actually coming out on SmackDown.
This is SmackDown.
But it's SmackDown. So Undertaker comes up on the Tron.
And he's like, dude, I'm going to kick your ass at Survivor Series.
And then it pans over and Kane's like, I'm going to burn your ass. Sucker.
I got Eric Rowan, your face is on fire. And I don't just mean your beard.
And then Undertaker says
they both say that they all fall down.
Yeah,
and
then Kane does the summon fire pose that he does. Fire explodes from all the corners.
The lights come back up, and all the Druids are down.
Yeah,
and the one that Undertaker chokes at is down farther than the rest.
We're assuming
he's the downest.
Yeah, he is the downest. That is the greatest. That one Druid, he's trying to make it on the roster. He's like, I can beat Dolph Ziggler. He's just trying to show all the athleticism that he has. So yeah, it was a cool final message.
I think that's Austin Aries as a Druid.
I would not be surprised. So yeah, a cool final message, cool final confrontation almost between the Wyatt family and the Brothers of Destruction. I'm really excited for that match. I think that's like the one match that I wasn't so sure, especially when they announced that it was just going to be a tag team match. But now I'm really interested in what all's going to go into it and if it's going to spawn if the storyline's going to continue further. So we'll have to wait and see on Sunday. We had Charlotte take on Brie Bella.
Yeah. That's not bad.
A decent match. None of the matches on this show were very long.
No.
There was quite a few matches, but they were all very short.
Yeah, well, they're saving their energy for Survivor Series.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's like, well, shit. Originally we had a bunch of other things planned, and now that Seth's gone, we all got to do extra shit. So, get on it. But yeah, Charlotte and Brie have a pretty decent match. Brie does get a slight advantage that doesn't really even work in her favor because she moves out of the way of the knee drop, and I was expecting her to, you know, take advantage for a little bit. Instead,
Charlotte misses a move and gets speared.
Yeah, Charlotte just kind of like shoves her off, like, meh. So what? You hurt? So what? I hurt my knee. Doesn't matter.
At some point, though, Brie Bella like whacked Charlotte in the face.
Yeah, she kicked.
Busted mouth.
Yeah, kicked her in the face and busted her lip a little bit. So yeah, that was.
Charlotte's got like a habit of getting hit. She's been popped in the mouth a couple times now.
I feel like
once was in the nose. That was the Nikki Bella at the pay-per-view. Was in the nose.
Yep. Was that Hell in a Cell?
I don't remember. But it adds a good dramatic.
Yeah, definitely.
Flair to the match.
It's because she's Ric Flair's daughter. Anyway, Charlotte picks up the win. She ends up hitting the spear and locking in the figure eight, getting Brie to tap out. And we actually get Paige commenting on what she said on Raw, because Renee Young talks to her after the match, saying, you might have gone a little too far on Monday Night Raw.
And Paige is being her normally condescending but still completely hot self.
Yes. Saying that when it comes to getting back the Divas title, there's no line that she won't cross.
Yeah, no, she says a good champion will do whatever it takes to win the title back.
And, if you didn't watch Raw, if there was a line, she, long jumped over that line.
Yeah. She kind of danced over. She didn't just, step over the line, she, danced over it. She probably kicked the line a couple times and then stepped over it.
She made the line tap out. Then we had an interesting matchup where the New Day come out. And
still complaining over not being in the title tournament.
Yeah,
is acceptable.
Yeah, now at least one of them should have been in this tournament, if not all three.
I mean, look at how big the WWE roster is. I mean, honestly, they could have had double the people in this tournament.
Well, and not only that, but the fact that they stretched it and went for people like Titus O'Neil and The Miz
and Ryback,
those three spots, could have been the New Day.
Sheamus.
But
no, I'm saying the fact that they had a tournament over 3 shows and the next show not even having a tournament match of any kind involved, they really could have.
They could have stretched it out
longer. I think they could have done more people in the tournament.
Yeah.
They could have doubled the number of participants, done 5 matches on Raw, 5 matches on SmackDown, more matches on the next Raw, the end of the quarterfinals or the end of the second round on this SmackDown, and they could have legitimately had it down to, the 8 people, and done a full 8-person tournament at Survivor Series.
Yeah,
They did it in '98.
That was '98.
They did in '98. They did the 8-person tournament and other matches.
Yeah.
And right now we have 3 tournament matches and a handful of other matches.
Yeah.
That's not even as many as the 8-person tournament from almost 10 years ago. Yeah. Almost 20 years ago. What? That's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago. But yeah, so they end up making fun of Kalisto.
Because he's small.
Saying that, why was Kalisto in the tournament? He's not going to make it anywhere.
That's sizist, guys.
So, to prove that Kalisto didn't belong in the tournament, we had Kalisto take on Big E.
Yeah, Big E says he's going to prove that size does matter.
And, Kalisto, I felt went into this by himself because Sin Cara tried to help at one point but got taken out real quick.
Yeah, well, it was a good moment of interference, because I think it was Kofi got up on the apron, and Sin Cara grabbed Kofi and pulled him off the apron, but then Xavier Woods smashed Sin Cara into the steps, but then Kalisto dove out and took Xavier Woods out of the equation.
Yeah.
But it ties in a lot to what I was saying on Raw, about how the Del Rio Kalisto match wasn't as good as Ryback Kalisto from the week before.
Yeah, on SmackDown.
And Kalisto had a talented, large opponent to work off of.
Yeah. Yeah, we're talking about...
And that makes Kalisto look really good.
Yeah. Can you imagine if we got just a one-on-one match between Kalisto and Cesaro?
Yeah, no, I want that to happen really bad.
Because that match would be fantastic.
Well, to me, like, the ultimate, like, I love the potential, which I'm pretty sure it's happened before, but now that the tag team division's even more open and prominent, to see the Lucha Dragons versus Cesaro and Tyson Kidd.
Well, yeah, we kind of the night after Mania we had the team there was the 8-man tag match.
Yeah.
It was the New Day and the Lucha Dragons taking on the Masters and I believe it might have been the Ascension.
Yeah, I think it was the Ascension.
So yeah, I mean we because I remember we did get that moment where Cesaro launched Kalisto up in the air. But yeah, I would love to see just a one-on-one match between the two of them. I think that would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so after all of that interference, Kalisto is trying to get back in the ring, and Xavier Woods actually ends up getting back up and trying to grab him. He does a little drop kick through the bottom rope, but that distraction allows Big E to hit his big body attack.
He squashed him, then he splashed him.
Yeah. And with the big splash, Big E picks up the win. With Sin Cara still down on the outside, we get a 3-on-1 beatdown on Kalisto, hitting another big splash while Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston hold him down. And they're getting ready to continue the beatdown until Ryback comes out, makes the save, and takes out all 3 members of the New Day.
Yeah, Xavier Woods got a clothesline. Kofi Kingston got thrown face first into the ground. And Big E got a big splish of his own.
So...
Taste of his own big medicine.
I'm guessing
that sounds good.
That those 2 trios are going to be the basis of that match that we were... The Survivor Series match that's been talked about that's going to happen, that we have no idea who's in it yet. There hasn't been anyone announced for this Survivor Series. There's supposed to be at least one Survivor Series match.
5 against 5. I think it's going to be Stardust versus Cesaro in their respective teams.
Think so?
That's kind of what I'm thinking with Stardust, the Ascension, possibly the Miz and someone else versus Cesaro, probably Neville, probably either the Lucha Dragons or the Dudley Boys.
The Usos.
And maybe the Usos, and then having like maybe R-Truth or something.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. We'll have to... I can't believe we still have to wait until Survivor Series to find out what match we're going to have.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if, like, Saturday night they tell everybody who's going to be in it. But,
possibly. I
mean, hell, at this point, there's a Chikara show in December, and we already know almost all of the members of Juan Francisco's Cibernetico team.
Yeah.
But we still don't know who's going to be at the pay-per-view on Sunday.
Yeah, interesting. Then we have our main event, which is a tag team match called by this man over here, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
So we had all 4 of the semifinalists in a tag team match with Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns taking on Kevin Owens
and Zeb Coulter.
Alberto Del Rio.
Oh yeah, that guy.
The Mex in Mex America.
I thought he was the Mex in Tex-Mex.
This was a fun match. Once again, even the main event match didn't go on for very long.
No.
But still a lot of fun spots, between all 4 guys. And eventually, it just leads to this giant brawl on the outside.
Yeah, Dean got real amped up. He got a hot tag, and
it was him and Del Rio.
He dove onto Del Rio, and then he clotheslined Del Rio over. Well, he dove onto Owens, and then Del Rio smashed him into the table, trying to throw him back in the ring. He did his little swirly dervish thing through under the bottom rope, came back and clotheslined Del Rio over the commentator's table.
Del Rio doing a perfect back somersault, hoping a chair was going to be there.
Yeah, I can almost guarantee you he was wishing a chair was there. And then Owens grabs him, goes for a pop-up powerbomb on the apron, but Roman Reigns Superman
this
punches.
got real weird.
He Superman punches Kevin Owens over Dean Ambrose, which led to him really just giving him a hard crotch thrust in the butt. to Dean Ambrose. And then Del Rio shoves Roman Reigns into the stairs, and the referee calls it off. I'm guessing it was a double count out because Dean...
double count out.
double DQ, something.
Yeah, there was no contest.
Yeah, they were out on the outside for long enough. I would give it a double count out.
Yeah.
And we just, we get the faces looking strong to finish it off.
Owens ends up tossing Ambrose back in the ring, goes for another pop-up powerbomb. Ambrose is actually able to push off of his shoulders and go over him, and as he does that, Roman Reigns gets in, hits the spear on Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens is down at that point. And
we go off with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose on opposite sides of the championship belt that's at ringside.
Yep.
Kind of having words of, hey, we're buddies, but if we have to fight each other on Sunday, so be it.
Yeah, and they had that conversation just before the match happened.
Loser buys the beer.
Yeah, that was I like that moment. I kind of hope we have that a similar moment on Sunday. Yeah, I mean, they're ready to face each other in the finals. I think all four of these guys. I'm really interested to see what the end result of this tournament is.
Me too.
Who's taking the title? What kind of storylines?
Roman Reigns.
Well, yeah.
WrestleMania.
SummerSlam.
I got a bug in my throat.
Yeah, and it's spouting out a lot of wrestling references right now.
Yeah,
you caught the wrestling bug.
It's a spoiler bug.
Oh.
Japanese spoiler beetle.
You might want to get that checked out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Don't forget to click like and favorite, and if you're not already subscribed, subscribe because it will help you keep track of our video releases even better.
Yes. Also, subscribe to the podcast. You'll always get updated when the podcasts come out. Check out all the links down in the description of both the podcast and the YouTube videos for Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Reddit, and both emails. If you want to get a hold of us, if there's something you want us to talk about, if you got questions, send us some questions.
We'll do our best to answer them.
Yeah.
Especially opinionated questions.
Yeah. And I think some of the biggest questions of this week is, who do we think is going to win the Survivor Series? Which is perfect because if you check out the playlist after this video is uploaded, we're going to have a two-parter of Survivor Series predictions.
That's going to go up on Saturday, yeah?
Yes, Saturday, 24 hours before the pay-per-view happens. We'll have a part 1 video of the first 5 matches that we knew about with Thomas Wolfe. A part 2 will be directly after that, possibly just the two of us.
Maybe Thomas Wolfe.
Maybe Thomas Wolfe will be joining us for
another guest star.
Possibly.
There's always a potential. I mean, we've had other people. We've had you guys had Cody Fox.
Yeah, we've had Cody Fox. We've had Tony Toxin.
We've had Tony Toxin with the two of us.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other people.
Yep. And we might even have a surprise coming up for the Survivor Series review video. So, but you have to wait till next week for that one because after
I know what surprise it'll be. It'll be who the champion is.
Yeah.
Who
and
the
then
champion is.
After the predictions video, we will also have an indie news where we'll have results from the WSU CCW show, and we will have more of a Chikara update possibly on the Cybernetico coming up at Top Banana.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
That banana is
tops. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for liking, favoriting, subscribing, reblogging, sharing, and all that stuff.
I'm just talking about us in general.
Thank you.
Word of mouth? Anybody doing that?
We like you.
Anybody doing that?
Yeah.
You? Oh, you're cool.
You?
I like you.
You, talking about us, are they? You, mentioned the wrestling right now? Talking about, some wrestling?
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next. Or podcast.
Bye.